Hi and welcome to Discovering Dataflex with me, Johan Brodfeldt. And since we cut the video last week, we will dive directly into the continuation of this video where we are going to get the values into place in our forms in the Modal Popup. So enjoy the rest of the video. And edit. And now we just need to add those values in here as well, because this one should say text, test text and 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in here, and now we've decided to show some values. And we do that in a similar fashion. Web set ps value of web form 1, 2 is value. Then we need as value. So let's see, as value, and we want that the same way as we get our type. As value, and this one should look at our value. And we actually also want to set the label, so we might want to do that at the same time. Label. I suppose we could do it in multiple ways, but let's just start by setting label name to s label. There we have it. The reason is that, yeah, I could make it DB aware, because then it would automatically save. But since I'm gonna do manipulation with the other forms and save that, I might as well have the label in the same procedure, so that I do everything in one step. Otherwise, it might be confusing for the next developer that comes in here and sees that, oh, the label is saved in the data dictionary and the rest is handled in this procedure. So there are two different places. Consistency is good. So let's keep it that way. Oh yes. PB visible still keeps it in the view, so we might even want to go as far as render. So set PB render to false. Let's do it that way instead. While we're updating. And PS value, you want to set the PS value of this one, that one. There we go. Date picker, edit, combo, and file upload. We're gonna look a little bit closer at the combo and file upload in later videos. So we're not gonna try to get them to work here as well. They will need some different considerations. So let's have a look. Resources, attributes, edit. Yeah, now we got the data in here. And if we go into the next one, it's the date picker. We don't need that title up there, so we can remove that. Or change it to edit attributes. I don't know. It's up here, edit attributes. Don't need it, but if we wanted, we could at least change it to space. What I want to do now is, when we submit procedure OK, we want to save the values here. And we want to And what we want to do here is send save attribute. We can say of edit attribute or self, or ignore it because we are inside of this object, so it's the first it's going to find. And we want to create a procedure for that. And I could also do it all here, but I want to keep these procedures as small as possible so you can easily go through. So that's why I create a separate function that actually does the saving instead of putting all the code inside of that. So procedure, save attribute. And we actually want to do something similar to this. So we want to get the type and we want to get the S type. So we copy those and paste them in there. And we, of course, want an integer I type ID and a string S type. Then we want one behavior for each of these. So we're going to have similar logic. We actually don't. We can just take the render away. Oh, we missed one. I see render. There we go. So instead of web set, we want to do get web get. We want to get the value, and we also want to do a web get for the label. Let's do that here. And we need S label and S value as well. So now we have these values running, and I suppose we want to save them. And the way we do that is set field changed value of O attribute td ref table attribute dot label to S label, and we do the same for S value. And now what I do, because I need to get this right, request save, and then I mark it and press F1 to get this example, because I always want to get this validate with me, and then update the dictionary. So we would like a boolean be error, and I don't really care too much about this one, so just delete that. And now I believe that this is all we need for our edit side. But when we close and call this OK, we get back to our resource soon, and here we have another procedure that we want to use. Because we use pop-up the dialog, there is also a procedure, or an event I should say, on close modal dialog. And when the modal dialog is closed, we want to make sure that the list is updated with the new value. So we send find dd record in buffer. So attribute, no, HTML, web HTML list. So this should update the buffer. So if we run this, let's see what we can do. Now if we go in and edit, this is now our version and it's 1.2. Okay, and now it says version 1.2. Can go in and edit. It has the correct values. We can go in here and change the date to the 13th of June. All right. That was a Friday 13th. Maybe we should move it a week just to not be unlucky. So that seems to be working. Now we would like to be able to delete some values as well. So let's do that while we're at it. And we have the delete. That is as simple as send request delete of web HTML list. And since the web HTML list has the attribute as server, everything is taken care of by the data dictionaries. So now if we run this, we should be able to go in and delete as well. And what will happen? We delete num value. Nothing happens. All right. Where did I go wrong? So how do we figure this out? One way, because if we just say request delete, let's see what it says, web column, web button. Do we have a list somewhere? We have a grid. Yeah, okay. Grid, request delete. Doesn't say much. Method. We might go into an HTML list, data list, list. See web HTML list, methods, request delete. Where do we have request delete? We don't have a request delete. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we are able to call request delete here, but I know we can, so just bear with me. What we do now is we set a breakpoint here. We go in and try to delete this one. We get to the breakpoint, we go inside and see where do we end up. Delete selected row, yes please. Get current row ID, fine. DB aware, yes, we are DB aware. We go down here, we get some values, some row ID shit, and verify that we are allowed to delete. That's a good place to look. So we have read-only state, we have PB allow delete row, and can delete. I suppose we can delete, but let's see, can we get the values out of this somehow new? We might need to recode to see what each of them are doing. But we failed here. So we're not allowed to delete somehow. And I believe it's this one. And see what that says. We need to set the PB allow delete row in order to enable that. So we go back to our resource zoom and scroll up to our HTML list and set PB allow to true. Let's see if that works better. Resource, delete. We go in here, step in, and then go down. And yes, now we are allowed to delete. So we get the verified delete message. Delete this record. Yes. And it's gone. So far we've created an edit button where we can go in and change the content of these values, and we can delete. So I think that's a good place to stop this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe because we're doing a lot of these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.